done it! I cannot believe it! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
Hello everyone, we are Through on Goal, a podcast where we talk about football and pretty much nothing else. My name is Sam, and as always I'm joined by my co-host and very best friend, Elliot. Say hello, Elliot.
Hello, Sam.
Oh,
nearly.
I've done it in a while. I told you, I'm going to just sneak it in every now and then.
Yep.
How are you? How's your week been?
It's been a standard week under lockdown, hasn't it? All the discussion this week's been tier 2, tier 3, tier 1. Well, we're here for some top tier podcasting. So,
Elliot now. I did not know he was going to say that.
How's your week been?
Oh, I've been working from
Same
home.
as. Yeah.
Yeah, tier 3. I mean, tier 3 apparently.
Yeah, me
even though
too,
we
apparently.
went into it tier 2. So
Yeah. I feel
work
you
that out. Well, want to start with, quite a sad week in football, really, especially because obviously news coming out today. But we'll start with Diego Maradona, sadly passing away earlier this week. Now, bit before, he was obviously before our time.
Yeah.
So, we'd be lying if we said, oh, God, yeah, saw him play, everything like that. But you don't have to, be in his era to fully appreciate exactly what kind of a footballer he was. And my word, he set the standard of footballing today, I think. Without Maradona, there's not that messy kind of standard of football.
Yeah, I think, like you say, we're a little too young to have witnessed him, but the sort of generations, one or two generations before us, they all hail him as the greatest there ever has been. Better than Messi, better than Ronaldo. And you see clips and, yeah, he was talented. And, I mean...
The whole of Argentina went into mourning, for crying out loud.
I think they had 4 days of national mourning.
Yeah, his casket, wasn't it? It was on display, and there was queues miles just to get a glimpse and to say goodbye to him. There's this incredible picture. It's so poignant, such a poignant picture of La Bombonera, completely lights out. But his box, they just kept the light on.
Oh wow!
And it's such a lovely, it's an incredible picture. It is really nice. That's a footballing great.
You've seen
huge
tributes throughout sport, not just football. So, what was it? The All Blacks, before they did the haka against Argentina, they're giving a shirt to them, and it's
Messi's celebration today. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean,
lifting up his shirt for the new old boys shirt underneath. That's a lovely gesture.
Incredible, the impact that he's had on the game. And obviously, growing up in England, a lot of what we know was basically just hand of God from him. But as you grow and watch more and more football,
you watched the other goal he scored against England that
game.
Yeah.
And I only saw this week, since it was announced of his death, that clips of the game where he scored the hand of God, where we were hacking him down all game. It was like elbows, it was 2-footed challenges, it was whatever. But you see that with players like Messi. It's the only way to stop them. And he was probably the first of those that you do what you do to stop him. But
exactly. Controversial figure, obviously, on and off the pitch. Mm-hmm. Loved to party, but ultimately it's what he did on the pitch was amazing. And today, Papa Bupa Diop has passed away of an illness that I don't know why. It could just be me, but I back in day when I was a youngling in junior school and stuff, I used to collect shootout cards. You remember shootout cards and match attacks and stuff. For some reason, when that name came up, I just immediately thought of shootout cards and immediately thought of match attacks. Him in the Fulham in the Fulham match attacks shootout. Yeah,
he was part of what was sort of prime Barclays, wasn't he?
Yes,
it was that sort of 5, 6, 7 years growing up. It was those teams that you watched, and you can even visualize the ball that they used, and you can visualize all the teams. There's only a pool of about 25 teams that played in those peak Barclays years. But Fulham were one, and he scored some screamers.
He scored worldies, and it's sad. It was sad to hear of that, because that kind of, for me, came out of nowhere. I was just like, oh no, I know him. Oh no, 42. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, very young.
But my sort of lasting memory of him is, I'm pretty sure that season that Chelsea won the league conceding 14 goals or whatever it was, that he scored 2 of those past Petr Cech, really? And they were both absolute worldies, because I think Sky Sports do the shows every now and then, best goals of 2005-06 season or whatever, and he had 2 in the same game, both against Chelsea, and fantastic player on his day, and another sad loss.
No, that's it. Not how we expected to open the podcast, but
no.
Let's go on to news this week. Obviously, we're going to carry on the sombre news, mainly for Liverpool fans, as we start this one. Des Kelly v Jurgen Klopp was not the fight I thought I needed in 2020, when Mike Tyson, I think, was fighting later that day. Who cares about that? There's Kelly v Jurgen Klopp on pay-per-view. Get that on the pay-per-view Sky Sports, and I'm paying for that.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked by that because I've always kind of seen Jurgen Klopp as quite a likeable figure. He's always sort of laughing and joking, and yeah, you love to love him. But that was, I don't know if it's just out of character or whether it was just
No, I don't. I think he's brilliant. I think he is likeable, and he's kind of got that smile. But he comes across, and I've seen interviews back, like if penalties given against him or something like that he maybe doesn't agree with. He is very toys out the pram, right. But he disguises it with that smile where he says it something like, for instance, it was like he said that old James Milner, and he goes, "Oh yeah, hamstring," and he smiled at him with congratulations like that. It's like
very petty, and I think one thing that I found very, very petty about that whole argument is that his argument was being against the 12:30 kickoff. So yeah, can you find playing 2.5 hours later? You're not going to kick up a fuss, but it's those 2.5 hours. Is that what gave James Milner the hamstring injury? But
I'm not a professional athlete by any means of the definition. I wear football shirts. That's about as close as I get to being a professional athlete. Yeah,
and
I wear
used to go to games pre-COVID.
Yeah. I wear a football shirt recording this podcast. That is as football athlete as I get. Yeah. So I don't know. I've not pulled a hamstring. I don't know how, like whatever. But we'll talk about the game. Sort of after the game, we'll talk about more about the game. A lot of decisions went against Liverpool, yes, but all of the decisions I think were correct.
Yeah, I'd fully agree. The only one that is maybe a question mark is the penalty, which they felt quite hard done by. And I don't think there's any kind of bias going on or anything. That I think that it's not a stonewall penalty. It's not the most blatant penalty you'll see in your life, but I think it's a penalty. Danny Welbeck's got to the ball first, and Andy Robertson, as much as I love him, he's kicked Welbeck's foot after the ball has gone, and for me that's a penalty. And if that's anywhere else on the pitch, it's a free kick, no questions asked.
There is, yeah. No, I agree. That would halfway line, he goes down. Yeah, it's a free kick. I get it with the love of the game in the sense that it is a bit exhausting sometimes.
Yeah,
but it did come to the right decisions, I think. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the main argument was after that game.
Yeah, they were both, although they were close, they were both clear, and they weren't contentious decisions. The two offside goals that Liverpool scored, they weren't like the Mane against Everton, where you're looking where is the offside. They were both quite clearly offside, but I don't see kind of where this feeling hard done by from this game comes from Liverpool, because Brighton had another penalty which they missed, and yeah, I mean a point's
Salah
probably
and Mane were offside.
A point's probably a fair result from the game.
I think just quickly, I remember watching at half time and they were debating like just how amazing Salah was. Oh yeah, like that. Do you think he meant to hit it into the ground over the keeper? Not a chance did he mean to do that. He mishit it and it went over the keeper. See, don't be one of those.
I don't know.
Dare.
I don't know.
You dare.
Because I think players like that, they think at a million miles an hour. You think like Mesut Ozil's made a habit of kicking balls into the ground for that little loop up. Now I know Ozil's done that a lot, and Salah maybe hasn't. But yeah, I don't know. But I'm not.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to sit on the fence with that one. But I'm not going to say that he hasn't meant it.
No, and obviously Mopé missed the first penalty, to the delight of many Man United fans and Arsenal fans. Every Premier League team pretty much hates him, to be honest. He's not exactly a likeable fella. Yeah, and
I think I've lost my temper at a game with him.
Probably. Who haven't you lost your temper with?
It was for Brentford. I think he was winding up our goalkeeper.
Who was the Fulham keeper that you just literally? He played one game for England. You gave him grief, and he's never played since.
Marcus Bettinelli.
Oh, he got called up for England.
He got called up for England. Then 6 months later, they've been relegated. They're losing 3-0 to us, and I was front row of that game, just giving him an earful all game. What's happened, Marcus? What's happened? Why are you here? You used to play for England. And yeah,
he went home after that game, didn't he? He thought, damn it.
I'm pretty sure after that game he got dropped for I think he might have got dropped for the rest of the season. I'm not sure that he's really played a handful of games since.
Have you actually ruined Bettinelli's career? Hold on. Who did Fulham play? Are they playing? They're playing tomorrow against Leicester. Hold on a minute.
He won't be on the bench because it's Rodak.
He doesn't even play for them.
Who does he play for? Because I don't know that he's moved. I'd have him down as third choice at Fulham.
He's on loan to Middlesbrough.
Oh right, didn't know that.
Well done.
That was my doing.
That's all your fault there. No disrespect to Middlesbrough, but anywho, sorry. Let's talk about the football, not whose footballers' careers you've ended.
Yeah.
Because I've been to football games with you, and you just 90 minutes, same. You don't lose your voice.
Yeah.
It is an experience. I can't wait to experience it again.
It's a real relief, and it's a real weight off my shoulders having someone to shout at for 90 minutes on a Saturday, and I can't wait to be getting back there and shouting at someone who completely doesn't deserve it. Wow, you hooligan. So, obviously, that would be considered 2 drop points, I think, from a Liverpool point of view. So, they went top for that period of time. Tottenham had the chance to then go top with a win over Chelsea. Oh, I was very bored that game. Did I see that Tottenham didn't have a shot on target?
I don't know. I don't remember Harry Kane playing. Yeah. Did he? He did. But did he? That was a Mourinho-esque performance there. Just get the point. It was like 85th minute. Bale's on the bench. Oh, bring on Ben Davies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's gone for the point. Rodon made his debut. Ooh, there were some moments.
That bit at the end. Ooh.
Yes, exactly. Giroud, if he was a bit more on it, he would. That would have been it game. But Tottenham needed a point to go top. They got a point and they've gone top. That is something Tottenham historically do not do. They need to get points. They, to coin a phrase from the past 10 years, bottle it. They didn't. So it's still wide open at the top. Because if Chelsea had won, they would have gone top. So it's still wide open.
Yeah.
I think Leicester tomorrow, I believe they can go top if they beat... Right. Sorry, when they beat Fulham. So
you tempted fate there. This doesn't go live till Tuesday.
I was going to say this should be... No, my boys Fulham, I've got you to stay up. So please, #Fulham do something. I don't want to see... Actually, no, I wouldn't mind seeing Fulham beat Gillingham next season. Hull won't be there. They'll still be in League One. But anyway, by the by. But no, I like it's still wide open. We say it every week. Until there's really a significant change or massive result that we don't see coming that changes the way it is at the top, I think we're a broken record with... It's still open. It's still really open at the top. It is. It's going to be for a while until someone takes the foot off the gas. So it might have been a bit different if Liverpool had drawn and Tottenham had won, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a result that kind of suited both sides, because if you go and lose, you're losing ground on who's top. And so, it was a mustn't lose rather than a must win. And I think Mourinho will be very pleased with getting a point from Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, he did come out and say that he wasn't happy, but I felt like that they were mind game-ish. I feel like that they were playing for a draw. But by the by, as much as I love talking about Tottenham, what I also love talking about is Arsenal losing. So let's talk about the downfall of Arsenal. Now, I think it all started when they gave a inexperienced, never managed a person a go to try and get them into the top 4 in Champions League places. Now, just because he's got Pep Guardiola's phone number, probably under best bud on his own iPhone, doesn't mean he's qualified to be a football manager to get you into the top 4. He's won the Community Shield and he kind of won the tail end of the FA Cup. Congratulations, well done. There's your game plan, Arteta ball. You're 14th, you're 6 points above relegation. And I think you're like, sorry. Anyway, what's the problem with Arsenal? Very easy. When Ancelotti was available, you probably should have rang him instead.
That was absolutely brutal of you, but yeah.
Right, I'm sorry.
I see. Oh, this is going to sound very bad compared to you. I don't think the problem is Arteta.
Why? What do you think the problem is?
So I think the problem is Arsenal. I think the problem is the club, and that's proven in Unai Emery is now 3rd in La Liga with his Villarreal, isn't it, that he's at?
Yeah, I think it's all Valencia.
Yeah, and he's doing extremely well in the same way that he was doing extremely well prior to Arsenal as well. And that kind of speaks to me as that's a problem with the club and kind of the politics that goes around it. And I know Arsenal are there's a lot spoken about sort of their board and the sort of structure of the club. But yeah, Arteta, was he the right man when there were other managers available? Probably not. But was he chosen because he wouldn't rock the boat and he'd kind of settle in with the politics around the club? Maybe. Whereas Ancelotti might come in and want to run the club his way.
But he'd get results.
Oh, yeah. But if the boardroom, if that's not what the boardroom want, that's not what's going to happen. But it's I just think that there's decisions at Arsenal which Arteta isn't allowed to make that are being made, which doesn't suit him.
No, I do see. That was a very biased rant by me.
I tried to level it a little bit, even though I don't like Arsenal either.
I'm grown up to say that was a very biased rant because I'm not a fan of Arsenal. I still do think it's partially Arteta though, because his him coming in has, you look at the likes of like Saka that has played, and Reece Nelson seems to be coming through. He seems to be showing some good. Tierney's playing all right. You know, David Luiz seems to have a bit of a rerun of form. Aubameyang signed a brand new 5-year long-term contract because Arteta stayed. All of these players are playing okay.
As you know, the team, though.
Leno's keeping them in a lot of games, I've noticed as well. And Gabriel, he's settled into the Premier League like it's nothing. Like he's been solid in that Arsenal back four. So they are all playing individually well. But yes, as a team, they're not. And who's to blame for that?
Yeah, no.
There's something to do. There's got to be something that he's just... When I think what should have happened, or I say what should have happened, I quite like how it's happened because Arsenal 14th. But if we had to go back and we had to think, you know, at that time, Arteta to Everton and Ancelotti to Arsenal probably would have made a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's worked out well for Everton. They've got Ancelotti and they're dropped off the pace a little bit, but
yeah, long term though,
I still don't doubt that they'll still be European this season or fighting for that European spot this season. I don't know if I can even see Arsenal in that position right now. Taken away from Wolves, they played very well. Obviously, recording this, I know Jimenez was responding to treatment. So hopefully, by the time we listen to this back on Tuesday, you know, we've heard nothing but good news.
Yeah, because I saw that injury and I had flashback straight to Ryan Mason, and I mean it's positive news so far because as far as I can remember, Ryan Mason wasn't responding to treatment, wasn't conscious, wasn't in the same state as Jimenez has been told to be in. But yeah, obviously, wish Jimenez a full recovery, speedy recovery.
Also, like, just before we go back onto the tangent against Arsenal, this whole couple weeks, we haven't really mentioned it, but massive talk about dementia in football and how there should be better support for players and stuff like that. David Luiz has literally just got a head injury and he's still bleeding, yet he carries on for the rest of the half.
Yeah, no. That should just, when there's a serious head injury, that is just, you're off the pitch, you're done. And then the protocol is you're not allowed to play for, is it 5 days or something like that as well? Like,
because Nick Pope had a concussion, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Peacock Farrell went in goal.
It's not even down to a physical injury. It's just, that is it. That's 5 days written off. You can't play for that time. And it's just... I'm
not being funny, right? But that collision, I know it came off Jimenez worse. And obviously David Luiz still had to be bandaged up and stuff. But what's to say that the next time he goes to header a ball, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to
aggravate it. Yeah. But yeah, like David Luiz then went off at half time.
He did, yeah.
So it's obviously just a lack of player care. And did they ignore the protocol or forget about it? But like, surely they can't forgotten about it. Everyone's screaming.
Apparently they passed the on-field whatever test they have to do.
He's involved in a serious head collision. You've got to go off.
Yeah, but anyway, what has to change at Arsenal? Essentially, if I had to ask you, do you stick with Arteta and believe in his vision?
See, I can kind of see where you're coming from with your points on Arteta, and maybe he's a more technical manager rather than a man manager, so that he's getting the best out of these players like Saka, like Tierney. But then if there's upset in the dressing room, which we know in previous years there has been with players like Granit Xhaka, he's maybe not in the position to solve that, and that's maybe rumbling underneath. But I think you've got to give him a chance. He's been in for 1 year, and I mean you're almost at the point of writing off this season already. So provided that they don't go down, which I mean would be the shock of the century. Well, actually no, it wouldn't, because Leicester were 5,000 to 1 to win the league. But apart from that, then you've just got to write it off and just try and build on what's already there. And also I think with Aubameyang, maybe he's got a bit of the Adebayor syndrome to him, that he works really hard for this new deal and then doesn't perform once he's got it, because it was
Adebayor.
Getting
how much a week?
Yeah, it was Adebayor at Tottenham. He did really well on loan at Tottenham. They signed him permanently, and he was awful.
He weren't amazing. No, I do.
What needs changing at Arsenal? Probably I think the board is a bigger problem at Arsenal than the manager.
Thank you for balancing that out. Well, okay then. Well, let's talk about another manager that maybe should be sacked. I say should be. Chris Wilder is currently sat at the bottom of the Premier League with Sheffield United, and they have not won a single game, cup or league, all season. Now we touched upon it a bit last week. We're saying what's going wrong. They've made some signings. I don't know. I really don't know. I certainly didn't have them to go down. I thought I had the mid-table. And I had Fulham. Anyway, I'm just going to forget about that. What's happening?
I don't know, because I'm still watching the odd Sheffield United game, and they are still having the chances. The players are still fighting. It's just the ball's not going in the back of the net for them, and it's more unfortunate than the actual style of play. And the question here is, do they stick with Chris Wilder? And I think you've got to. They play their whole squad has been built around Chris Wilder and the style he plays. And I mean, last season he was in discussion for manager of the season. I think we even awarded it to him on our awards.
Sorry there, kiss of death.
But yeah, I just think you've got to stick with him, and even if you go down this season, he's one of those like how Eddie Howe was, that he's done so well on his project, he should be allowed to decide when he leaves. And I think it's one of those that things will be massively different once he leaves. Whole style of football, formation, and obviously the players that fit that style of football. I think things would be massively sort of uprooted once he leaves.
Okay, so if I put this to you then, you mentioned how Eddie Howe should have been allowed to leave, and he was ultimately said that he left, and that's fine. The reason why I think Eddie Howe was given, as we said, he should be allowed to leave, was because Bournemouth hugely overachieved in the Premier League, massively. 9th in the Premier League. They how they went from League 2 to the Premier League and stayed there for the amount they did. Incredible. Sheffield United in the Premier League, I don't believe is overachieving. I think it should be where they should be.
Or if they're overachieving, it's only marginally. It's not. It's not groundbreaking.
I don't see Sheffield United in the Premier League and think, oh,
they've got the fan base, the stadium, the facilities to be a Premier League club. I get what you mean.
So in that sense, should Chris Wilder be allowed to leave? Say when he wants to leave, because I'm not. What he's done, and he got them nearly to Europe, was brilliant, and he's a proper local lad. You know what I mean? He's Sheffield United through and through. Yeah. But I think I see them in two different categories, where I think Sheffield United should be in the Premier League. I don't think it's not uncommon. I don't think it's
But the thing is, last year when they sort of burst onto the scene, the whole talk was of how it's a unique style of play. He plays with overlapping centre backs, which simply hasn't been done before, and that's what the whole playing out from the back and the whole system is built around. And as it's a unique style of play, there isn't anybody else that can come in and do the same job. So without overhauling the squad, I don't see that as there being a quick fix. I don't see there being a Tony Pulis, a Sam Allardyce play 4-4-2 and things will work out.
Hoof it.
I think they're built around that.
Yeah. Bring in Eddie Howe. We say it every time.
He's rumoured for every job, isn't he?
Every single job. He spoke really well on Monday Night Football as well. It was quite nice listening to him, and he's doing well. So, and he's ready to come back into management. So, whether that be Celtic,
his favourites at the moment.
They're shocking at the moment. I don't know much about Scottish football, but I know Celtic are not very good at the moment. Rangers are 11 points clear, by the way. I know Celtic, I think, have 2 games in hand, but still 11 points clear. Anyway,
also
that's our Scottish football roundup.
Just touching on that, Celtic have only won 2 in their last 10 in all competitions, which is very unlike Celtic.
Well, yeah, exactly. There you go, there's our Scottish roundup. So, the worst team in East Midlands Cup is still neck and neck. And
one team's bottom.
Rooney decided that he is taking himself out of the starting 11 and thought, no, I'll be manager. And they drew 1-1 to Wycombe, who everyone thought would be the whooping boys this season. And they've proven to be a bit harder to beat than I think a lot of teams are giving them go into, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
I mean, it does seem like their tactic going into every game is to not lose, is to just try and get a point. But I mean, they've got 3 draws in a row. They got 2 0-0s followed by this 1-1 against Derby on Saturday. But I mean, I love watching them, and there's so much love and passion and desire in that team, and they just fight for each other. And you know more about the goal scorer than I do. Is it Matt Bloomfield?
Bloomfield, his whole career, he's spent his whole career at Wycombe. He's the number 10, 15 years, I want to say. He's made 500-600 appearances for Wycombe. He is Mr. Wycombe. That is his name. When I worked at Ernest Jones, my old manager, Hi Sam, shout out to Sam, lovely woman, miss her. Wickham fan through and through. She would tell me, Mr. Wickham, that is his name. Now, I've been to Wickham. It's not exactly don't want to be the Mr. I say I've been to Wickham. I lived there for 5 years. Didn't just go there.
I went to Wickham.
Yeah, you've been to Wickham. I've lived there.
Yeah.
It's not something you really want to be a mister of, but hey. But no, he's been an absolute servant to the club, whether it's been borderline conference up until the championship, and he's just stuck with them. And it's so good to see. He scored a championship goal. Like, I don't think in his career he ever expected doing that with Wickham. So, fair play to him. Yeah. And no, it was nice to see. I do know what you mean, but if you don't, they're going into every game to not lose, and if they're not losing, it's positive because they're not. They technically gained a point on what everyone's expecting them to do this season. So,
and
fair play to them.
It was a big result to get that late equaliser and keeps Derby below Wickham, keeps Derby rooted to the bottom, and Wickham third from bottom. Now only 2 points from safety. Here's a question for you: will we see, whether it's at the end of the season or not, will we see Wickham outside the relegation zone this season?
Yeah.
You think we will?
I do. I think Forest are on such a poor run of form at the moment that all it takes is for if Forest lose their next game and Wickham win it by 1-0, that's it. Wickham are out of the relegation zone.
Their next games, Forest have got Watford, one of the favourites to win the league, if not the favourite.
Okay.
And Wickham have got home to Stoke, which, Stoke are very, very inconsistent. They'll either blow you away or you'll lose one, or you'll win 1-0.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Forest have been, but it's not just that though. Excuse me while I get Football Pub, not a sponsor yet. Coventry haven't exactly been incredible, setting this light off, and Rotherham as well. So Nottingham Forest, Coventry and Rotherham are all 3 points off Wickham. And goal difference wise, Rotherham and Forest are a bit better, but Coventry only 3 goals in it. So
the big thing though this weekend is both Rotherham and Coventry got points where maybe they weren't expected to. Coventry at Norwich and Rotherham against Bournemouth.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's going to be one to watch. Absolutely. I think
so. I think they'll be out of the relegation. So I don't think it'll be for long. And I still do think they'll be relegated this season. Yeah. But I like to think they've proved a lot of people are wrong. They may be boring.
Another question then.
Okay.
Do you think Derby County, the team that your son supports, and hopefully what they plays for, do you think they'll stay up this season?
Yeah.
I think long term they'll be. I don't want to say it.
Low mid-table, I think. I don't think they're. Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but I think that it's too good to go down. I mean,
it's
been said before, and they've gone down. But
no, I know what you mean. I do think they'll have enough to stay up. They just need some stability, and they need just that kick.
The takeover hasn't been confirmed yet either. So if that's confirmed before January, you just think they'll throw some money at it. And then,
Steve McLaren's back, for crying out loud. So they're staying up.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the FA Cup? I mean, who cares about the FA Cup? No one cares about it.
We've got to, haven't we?
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah.
It happened. People went through. Teams that aren't related to us may have gone out, or teams that are related to us, may have not gone through.
So I think the biggest upset, I know there's been a few upsets, both involving our clubs, but I think the biggest upset of this weekend, which was brilliant to see, was Chorley won away at Peterborough. Chorley are in the National League North. They put out Wigan in the previous round, and now they've gone to Peterborough, who, they're second in the league. I think at the time of drawing, they would have also been second in the league with Lincoln top, but they've gone to one of the highest ranked teams in this round and beaten them.
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
amazing.
They did.
And then obviously they'll be dreaming of a Man City or a Liverpool or.
Oh yeah. Well, who went through? They had Havant and Waterloo today. Literally 119th minute and 30 seconds. They score the winner to go to the FA Cup third round. That is what dreams are made of. And I've seen an incredible picture on Twitter. I see all the pictures on Twitter. You know me, love it. @SamMap, follow me. Where the Marine goalkeeper has just come out of the off licence with like 10-pack of beer. Ready to celebrate.
Love it.
That is non-league football. That is.
I think Marina are located somewhere at Merseyside way. So if they can get a Merseyside derby against Anfield or Goodison, it'd be brilliant.
It's
to
incredible.
Watch with it. But I think the draw's due before the draw's due to be done before this gets released, but hopefully there's some
Tomorrow,
real big draws
yeah.
for some real small teams, because especially everything that's going on at the moment, they could really do with a pay package.
Yes, no, oh God, yeah, absolutely. And Gillingham lost to Exeter and Hull lost to Stevenage. So, yeah, that's the FA Cup roundup. We don't need to talk anything more about it. It's all about the Papa John's Cup trophy anyway, isn't it?
That's what we're playing for. We went out of the FA Cup to not focus on the league that we're top of, to focus on the Papa John's trophy.
Yes, right. And we went out of the FA Cup not to focus on the league, which we're 13th, but we're to focus on getting to Wembley. Now, I don't want to get to Wembley FA Cup. FA Cup, FA Cup. Who cares? It's been around for ages. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone knows what the FA Cup is. The Papa John's Trophy. Come on now. I've listened to a lot of press match interviews with Steve Evans. He doesn't like to admit it's his priority. But I can read through the lines.
Steve Evans would love to win the Papa John's Trophy, wouldn't he?
I absolutely believe he wants to win the Papa John's Trophy. He mentions Papa John's. I don't know if it's the trophy, but he mentions Papa John's a lot. So.
Steve Evans, if you're listening, we'd love you on the podcast.
Yeah, tell your friends, but sorry. Yeah, no, there's no need to touch more about it. It's fine. So, no, we're looking. Third round's always the best one, isn't it? Like that's where you get the Premier League and Championship come in. That's where you're looking for the lower league numbers, and you're looking for the.
It's always first and third round, because in the first round you get teams that have no chance of reaching the third round, but play a Peterborough or play a Wigan or something like that.
And they do. Yeah, they get through. So that's good to see. Right. It may not seem like that long ago we did a quiz, but that's because Elliot ballsed up the first one and we had to re-record it for the second week. I maybe not have recorded on the right mic last time, so let's just do a quick check. I am recording using the correct microphone. Brilliant. Elliot, is your mic recording?
Yes, it is. And on the correct mic as well. I did just look because I thought I had a little mini heart attack. I thought, oh no, I'm recording through the laptop. But no, all good.
Brilliant. So you cannot con me out of another week of footballing quiz knowledge, which I should be top of. I don't want to sound. I know I'm sounding like Trump, but man's got a point. It's fraud. It's absolute. I'm sorry.
Do you want a recount?
I actually want a recount. Do you know what I want to do? I want to spend $3 million on a recount, and then that state to find 132 more votes for them
to lose even worse.
Yeah, we're not a political podcast. It's fine. Yeah. So
we say that so much. We should maybe open up a sister podcast.
Yeah, that's it. Through on
Westminster
Parliament, the Through on Parliament podcast. Yeah. Oh dear, I don't know. I don't think we get many listeners.
No.
Another week of the quiz. So everyone knows what a quiz is. 10 questions, me v Elliot. At the end of the season, there's we're in a table. Elliot's top of the table 4-3. There'll be a prize. There'll probably be a punishment for the loser, trophy for the winner. You all know how it goes. We've been doing this for months now. So Elliot, I shall go first.
Okay.
Question number 1. Jack Wilshere has played for 4 clubs. Name them. Half a point for each.
Arsenal. West Ham.
You got a point.
There's no more obvious ones, are there?
No.
They're probably loans out from Arsenal.
2 permanent, 2 loans.
Just because of the Mark Noble question. Ipswich.
Okay.
And Northampton.
Okay. I'm shocked by you not getting at least one of the loans. Now, you have a habit of jumping the gun. I've accepted your answers now, so I'm very sorry.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, one of them was Bournemouth. You could have got 1.5 points there. Do you want to know what the last one is? Do you think you know? So he played, Arsenal and West Ham. He's permanent, and from Arsenal he went on loan to Bournemouth. But first, before that, he went on loan to Bolton.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seem to remember a long time ago. Sort of pictures of it. Oh, that's
when you said like Ipswich, I'm thinking, right, okay, well that's the Bolton one done. He's got to know Bournemouth, surely. But
it was again, like you say, it was just jumping the gun kind of thing.
Long may it continue.
So my question number 1 is: Martin Braithwaite played for Middlesbrough. Yeah. Which manager signed him to Middlesbrough? Also, just got to mention he scored 3 goals in 2 games now, Martin Braithwaite.
You still need to get a Barcelona shirt with his name on the back. But I think
get the vaccine out. Get us to Barcelona in April, and I'll be the king of Barcelona with that shirt.
The king of Barcelona.
So yeah, which manager signed him to Middlesbrough?
The first name came to my head was Tony Pulis. Mm-hmm. But now I'm doubting myself whether he actually managed Middlesbrough before. Or am I just making this up?
If he hasn't, then he should.
He sounds like such a Middlesbrough manager. Who else? No, I'm going to stick with it. Tony Pulis.
It is not Tony Pulis. Although you are correct, his last job before Sheffield Wednesday was managing Middlesbrough.
Oh, I knew for some reason. Yeah, okay.
Now, I know I tell you every time I go over these that I have an answer in my head before finding it out myself. My answer was Ita Karanka, which is also wrong. It's Gary Monk.
Oh, was it really? Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay, so you've got 1 point. None. Okay, that's fine. Good question. Right, question number 2. According to Wikipedia, which I checked at about 4:30 this afternoon,
Nice.
how many players do Chelsea currently have out on loan?
There's
I'm
no
not
even
going to round it up. I
there's
need
no
the
even
exact number.
logic to this. 27.
You're not far off. It's 32.
Right, but
That wasn't the worst guess, to be fair.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
My first thought was thinking in the 40s, but yeah. My next question for you is, what was Brighton's previous home before the Amex? And I believe it was actually a little bit closer to Brighton than where Brighton actually play.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to... I don't even know if I
I
don't
think you'll kick
know.
yourself if you
No,
hear it.
no.
You don't know?
Oh, God. Is it the Brighton Pier Arena?
No, it's not. The Withdean? You must have heard of the Withdean.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Because it always used to come up on the local news that somehow Brighton was still local. But yeah, the Withdean.
Oh, right. No, in all fairness, I'm not going to even pretend to go, oh, yeah.
You'll know
No.
their previous ground before that, though.
What's that?
It was Priestfield. Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was. They ground
what?
shed for, 3 or 4 years or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they really? Right, okay. Probably won more games there than Gillingham. Okay. Number 3. We are on number 3, aren't we?
Yes.
That's not a good sign, is it? I can't keep count after the
You've
third
lost
question.
count.
Oh, my word. Right, number 3. Who is Ajax's all-time record goal scorer?
I've just got to go with the first thought that came into my head. That's Marco van Basten.
It is wrong. Second is Klaus Haus Huntelaar. And first is, well, they named the stadium after him.
It's not Johan Cruyff, is it?
Johan Cruyff.
I was also thinking him, but I thought he had a lot of years at Barcelona.
Yeah, but he had
So I
a
thought-
lot of years at
Yeah.
Ajax before. And then he went back to Ajax at the end of his career.
Oh, okay. Right. Next question. Jordan Ayew or Andre Ayew? Who has scored more Premier League goals?
I thought you were just going to ask me who I prefer. Jordan Ayew or Andre Ayew? Yes. I'm saying Jordan Ayew because I want to say Jordan Ayew was at Villa and Palace, and Andre Ayew, was he West Ham and Swansea? So some have spent time in the Championship, and some have spent time in the... Jordan Ayew.
That's correct. 33 goals compared to Andre Ayew's 21. Now, I think Andre Ayew scored at a quicker rate while he was in the Premier League, but Jordan Ayew's been there for a longer stretch of time.
I was thinking, I feel like I remember seeing Jordan Ayew in the Premier League a lot longer than Andre Ayew.
I feel like Andre Ayew's move to West Ham was big money.
Yeah, and then he went back to Swansea. I think didn't they get relegated? And then he was like, "No, I'm going to stay," because he could have left, but he stayed instead. So fair enough. Okay, okay, I'm back on level terms now, aren't I?
You're on 1 point.
And you're on
Am I
1 point.
Yep.
Ooh, high scoring. Question number 4: how many teams have ever won the Champions League on home soil?
Their
You
home
get
stadium.
No, so an English club has won the Champions League in England. How many?
Right,
how many
yeah.
times has that happened? You get a point for if you tell me how many, and you get bonus points if you can tell me the teams. Half a bonus point. Sorry.
I'm trying to think of any, to be honest, because I'm thinking of United lost to Barca at Wembley. Bayern lost to Chelsea in Munich.
People can't see it, but I've got such a poker face on right now. I'm not giving anything away.
Because I know there's been a lot in like Turkey and smaller countries, like I know Cardiff's hosted one. And then Wembley's held 2 because the second one was Bayern against Dortmund. I'm really struggling here to think of any. I'll say 1 and I'll say Real Madrid.
Wrong. It's 2. Borussia Dortmund won it in Germany in 96
Right.
apparently, and Juventus won it in Italy in like 98 or something like that.
Oh, right.
It hasn't. There's been no recent ones, but
Yeah.
2. Yeah, only 2. That's
Fair
quite.
enough.
I thought it was quite a fun fact.
Yeah, no, that's good.
0.
So, yeah, my next one. Diego Maradona has played for 2 European clubs. Who are they? I'll give you... No, you've either got to get both or none because one's obvious.
Both are obvious. One of them.
No. You either got to get both. You either got to get both right for a point.
Yeah.
Or no points, no half points on this because one of them is obvious.
Yeah, but I think aren't both. Either you're having me on here. I'm pretty sure both of the European teams are obvious because one of them was Barcelona. We mentioned them before, and the other one he spent majority of his career there, and they're naming the stadium after him. It's Napoli.
So Diego Maradona has never played for Barcelona.
Yes, he has. You're having me on. You're having me on there. He played for Barcelona for like 2 years.
I'm looking this up here. Diego Maradona has played for 3 clubs.
Oh, come on.
Shall we? I've got an idea.
All right, go on
I've
then.
got an idea. So you obviously know the 2.
Yes, I do know 2. Funny enough.
We'll just re-record that bit and say that there's 3.
Okay.
And you get half a point for 2 because I wasn't expecting. Well, I did get that.
Okay.
So Diego Maradona has played for. I nearly said it again. I know. So Diego Maradona has played for 3 European clubs. Who are they? I'll give you half a point for 2.
Okay. So Barcelona and Napoli are the 2 obvious ones. And I know the third one, it's Seville.
Oh, yes. That is correct. That is a full point.
Do you know why I know that? And it's purely from today. It's because I saw a picture of Paul Gascoigne and Diego Maradona standing next to each other about a story, and he's wearing a Seville kit. I don't think he did very well at Seville. I don't think he was. Yeah, but
he was only there for 1 season. I only happened to see it on Sky Sports News last night.
So what do I get for that? Is that 1 point?
You get a full point for that. Yeah.
Oh, see, I took time to think about my answer.
Yes.
Question number 5. Which English side has won the Europa League the most?
That is a good question. I could only really think of Liverpool. I presume it's in all formats. It's UEFA League, UEFA Cup. Yeah.
Since the 60s or 70s.
I can only think of Liverpool because I think of that. Was it 2000 or something like that when they won the? Was it the triple, double?
They won the triple, yeah, I think.
And yeah, I can just picture Michael Owen in that kit. I don't think Arsenal won it. Chelsea have won it recently, but I mean, Chelsea weren't competing before the early 2000s. I don't know whether Leeds have been in it or Newcastle. The only one that I know the only one apart from Chelsea that I know for sure has won it is Liverpool, so I'll go with them.
You know, Tottenham have won it as well.
Have they?
Yeah, but Liverpool won it more. Yeah. No, yeah, Liverpool won 3, I think. Yeah. Tottenham 1 or 2, I can't remember.
Would that have been when they had like Aussie
70s? Yeah, early 70s.
Yeah. Ricky Villa.
Arsenal have never ever won a European trophy. Okay. Sorry, just fired.
So my next question, you'll either know straight away or it's going to be a complete guess.
Oh, good. Okay.
So Kolo Touré scored 1 goal for Liverpool. Who was it against? We all love Kolo Touré.
Oh, Southampton.
No, it was Aston Villa.
No,
it was that season that Villa was shocking,
right.
And they won 6-0 at Villa Park. It was if you get the chance to watch it on YouTube, it's brilliant because he's just stood unmarked just near the penalty spot. He doesn't jump; he just lets the ball hit his head, and it goes in. It's amazing to watch.
All right then. Of course, I didn't get that straight away. Kolo Touré's only goal for Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right then. Number 6. Who is the England under-21s leading goal scorer of all time currently, as it stands?
I think I know this because I think he recently broke the record. I think it's Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, that's correct. No, fair enough. He did. Alan Shearer was before it.
Oh, okay.
He's played 14 games for England under-21s and scored 16 goals.
Right. So, I'm trying to think. Is it Milner who's the most capped England?
I think he's played like 40 odd games with the under-21.
Yeah, I think Nathaniel Chalabar must be up there as well because when Southgate was in charge, he was always in that under-21 squad.
I'm surprised Solanke wasn't like a bit higher up in the goal scorer because all we'd ever see him score was the under-21s. He never scored for club.
He scored a back heel volley or something. Yeah, for a hat trick. So my next one is in any order. What are the current top 3 countries in the world rankings as of end of November 2020?
How are we spreading out the points here?
I'll give you half a point
for 3.
I'll give you half a point for 2.
Okay. Belgium, I believe, is top still. France have to be in the top 3. They won the World Cup and they haven't really done bad since. Who's third? I want to know, because Croatia have been not very good since that World Cup. I don't think they've even done much. Portugal. I'm going to say Belgium, France, and Portugal.
You've got half a point.
Okay.
Belgium and France are correct. And the other team do speak Portuguese, but it's not Portugal, it's Brazil.
Oh, fair enough.
I think England are fourth.
Oh, they really?
Yeah, come on.
Right, okay. Half a point. I'll take half a point. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Number 7. Simple, true or false. Stuart Pearce has won the Champions League.
Oh, I know he played for Nottingham Forest. I don't think... Is he that old? Because they won it, 40 years ago? Oh. I'm going to say false. I think he's just missed out by a few years.
It's true, yeah. No, joking, it's false.
It's false.
No, it's false, yeah. He about 4 or 5 years. But I know he's a Forest legend, and I know you know Forest have won the Champions League, but I don't think you know when he made his debut and when they won the Champions League.
Because I was thinking they won the Champions League at least 40 years ago. And
the last Champions League they won was the 79-80.
Right, so 40 years ago. And I was thinking you'd have to be at least 18 to make your debut. And is he 58? I don't think he's 58 yet.
Pause for age. He's exactly 58.
Oh, right.
So your knowledge...
By my logic, yes, true. But I got that correct.
I have to accept your second answer there, sorry. Yeah. All right.
So, my next one. I've always got to put a Gillingham question in, haven't I?
I know.
So, what is the furthest Gillingham have ever got in the FA Cup final?
I think it's the 5th round.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
It's the 6th round, which is also known as the quarterfinals.
Oh my God, I was so close to saying quarters, but I just can't.
Do you know who they lost to?
Oh, Hull.
No.
Oh.
It was 5-0 to Chelsea in February 2000.
Do you know what? I just didn't think. I didn't think. I was so close to saying quarters, but I thought, no, there would have been a DVD of that, and I don't remember there being a DVD. All right, then.
You don't make many DVDs of a 5-0 thrashing, do you?
FA Cup quarter final, mate. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I've had a shocking quiz this week. I'm not happy. At all. I'm one of the 7 dwarfs, and I ain't happy. Number.
And that's your pun, so
that's
we'll leave
not
it
my
there.
pun. No, absolutely not. My pun's better than that. Okay, number 8. Who was Rafa Benitez managing before Newcastle?
He didn't have the West Ham job, did he? No. I feel like he was always rumoured for the West Ham job, but never got it. I've just got to say Valencia.
Right league, wrong team. Real Madrid.
Oh, of course he was. Yeah.
Not long, but he was, yeah.
I feel like the first time I went to Madrid, he was manager.
Maybe.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, fair enough. I'd completely forgotten about that, and I don't think I would have got that if I'd have properly thought about it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
My next one. Again, it's one you'll either know straight away or it'll be a guess.
Okay.
So, back when he was playing for Nottingham Forest, Eric Lehigh famously got a dog after scoring twice against Arsenal. What was the dog's name?
Why do I care? I don't bloody know, do I? What name of his dog? It's one that you're gonna maybe know or maybe not know. Why would I know what Eric Lehigh named his dog after scoring twice?
Who did he score twice against?
I forgot. Who did you say it was?
He scored twice against Arsenal in the
Arsenal.
FA Cup.
Did he name it after? Right, can you give me some sort of clue here? Did he name it after a player of the Forest side or the Arsenal side?
He didn't name it after a player of either side, no.
But he named it after a player?
No, he didn't name it after a player.
Not just a player in general?
He didn't name it after a player, but it was
manager.
Related to the game. That's the clue that you're getting. Because I know it is harsh if you don't know the answer.
Now,
what did Eric Lehigh call his dog?
Now, there's a small part of me that wants to say he named it Eric or Lehigh. There's this tiny part of me that wants to say that because he scored the goals and he's like, I've got this new dog called Eric or Lehigh. Surely not, though. Okay, I'm going to say he named his dog Lehigh.
No, it was related to that exact game because he wouldn't have called it this if he'd have scored 2 against Millwall. He called it Gunner.
Oh my God. Right, okay, I thought it was more vain than that.
Also, what's even better is that you'll hear when you listen back, you said the word Gunner when you were sort of repeating it back.
Did I really?
You said, how am I gonna know?
Oh, Elliot, come on now.
But
You can't say that. Right.
I mean, because of that, I'll maybe award a bonus point or 2 in following questions because I think
Thank you.
that was very harsh.
That was such a harsh question.
Yeah,
You
but
would not have put that in if you didn't play for Hull.
I don't know, being FA Cup week, I might have.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah.
Number 9, who is England's leading goal scorer at the World Cups?
Is it Gary Lineker?
Yes.
How many points am I on?
I don't care.
Because that will depend on what bonus points I give you.
You're on 5. What am I on?
5. 2.5.
So I can win it if you give me 2 points for 1. Ish.
I'll tell you what I'll do. So this next one requires 3 separate answers. I'll give you half a point for each. So that's 1.5 made up on
Okay.
this one. And I'll award a bonus point on the final question.
Okay, right, okay.
So there are only 3 teams in the Football League that have scored in every league game this season. Who are they?
Okay. I'm saying one of them is Hull.
Okay.
I'm saying the other one... Football League, so we're not... No Premier League. Just...
It includes Premier League. Yeah, it includes Premier League.
Oh.
Top four divisions of English football.
Oh, okay. 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 One of them's Hull. I think one of them's Liverpool. Because I'm trying to look back on the season. I cannot think of when they've been held to either a 0-0 or have lost 2-0. I think they've scored in every game. No, did they? What was the Merseyside? No, Merseyside derby was scored draw. Was it? No, it was a scored draw. No, yeah, score draw. No, Liverpool won. I don't know. Liverpool, Hull. Oh, and
I'll give you a clue on this last one. It's not one that you'll be able to get by just sort of thinking about it. It's not an obvious one.
Thank you for that. Reading.
Hull City, Liverpool, and Newport.
Right, okay. So do I get a point? I get 1 point.
You get a point for that, yeah.
Okay. I knew it had to be Hull. You would not have put that question in, I feel like, if Hull were one of the...
I've known about that question for a few weeks because it was last week. We were watching Jeff, and I think Newport scored like a 96th minute winner for it to go 1-0, and that would have put it down to us at Liverpool.
Right, I see. Okay. So if you get this then, you've won the quiz, I think, no matter what. You'll be on 6. I'm on 3.5.
You're on 3.5 with 2 to play for. 2 points from one question.
So you need to get this wrong, and I need to get this bonus because
you've got 2 questions remaining, haven't you?
We're on question 10.
Oh yeah, you asked first. My bad.
Yeah. So that means that if you get this wrong, I then get this right, I win by half a point.
I might have thrown this.
Well, no, because I think this could be quite an easy one.
Okay.
Semi-regretting putting this now because I didn't think it was going to be this close. England, 1966 World Cup. Who scored the quotation goal that we still don't know whether it crossed the line or not?
I've got to say it's Jeff Hurst.
Are you saying it's Jeff Hurst?
I'm saying Jeff Hurst.
It is Jeff Hurst. Oh, stop the count.
So my final question.
I'm not being funny, all right, but this has all gone downhill since you forgot quotation to record your audio.
I didn't forget it was a software problem.
Okay, well, give me a chance to get 3 points.
No.
Why not? Go on. You scared?
This final question.
Okay.
How many Derby County players this season have scored more than 1 goal? And I will give you a bonus point if you name who they are.
I think they've only scored 4 goals this season. Waghorn, I think, has scored like only 2. I'm going to have to say Dwayne Holmes because he scored at the weekend against Wickham, which means if they've only scored like 4 this season, it would mean that would probably be it. So I'm saying Waghorn and Dwayne Holmes.
You're saying that there's 2 and that it's Waghorn and Dwayne Holmes.
Yes, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Should have stuck with what you originally had. It's one Martin Waghorn.
Oh, one in Waghorn.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
I don't know if I give you. I don't know what happens on that, because if you get the first answer wrong, you've obviously got the second answer wrong.
No.
If you get the number, because I want to give you a point for Waghorn.
Yeah, give me a point for
four. Yeah, 4.5. I'll give you.
Yeah, why not? What's the
Waghorn.
harm? Because in that teams that won the Champions League on home soil, if you had got the number wrong, but you had got one of the teams right, I probably still would have given you half a point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but give me a point to make it look closer.
Yeah.
Well done on this week again.
Yes, thank you.
Who's going to be top at Christmas? Oh no, you'll be top at Christmas now. Our Christmas quiz, you'll be top.
I suppose I will be.
Oh, you suppose you will be. Okay, well done.
But I now know, because I'm that little bit further ahead now, that you're going to make the next one really tough.
No, I am nothing but fair. Nothing but fair. I will do stupid questions which no one will know the answer to. Like, you know, I might punish you a little bit because of that Eric Lehigh
that's fair
question.
enough. Yeah.
Because there was a question on the 4th of October. Now, this was the quiz that no one heard, I don't think. No, you did hear. You did hear this one. And one of the questions was, how many siblings does Alex Song have? And they're 27. I am going to make you name the 27 siblings that he has. And
I bet there's a few Alex Songs in there.
And you get a point to each sibling. But okay, no, I'll be fair. Well done. Congratulations. I'm a gracious winner. I'm not a sore loser.
Thank you very much.
That's all right. Fortnightly pun time. Everyone loves it. No one loves it. Some people might like it. I don't know. I haven't written an outro yet, so that's your outro. I'm going to tell Elliot a pun. He may laugh. He may not. You may laugh. You may not. Lana, who edits it, never laughs. My mum messages me sometimes going, that was funny. These are the messages that keep me going every week. So... I'm going to tell you the pun. I'm going to end the podcast. Ready, Elliot?
Yep.
All right. I've decided to dress as a different bread every day next week. Roll on Monday. So thank you very much for listening to this week's podcast. We are through a goal. We are through a goal on Twitter. TO Goal Podcast on Twitter.
That's the one.
Thank you. We're through and goal on YouTube. We're everywhere. You can't get away from us, you lucky people. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you next week. Tell your friends. I've been Sam.
I've been Elliot.
Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you then.
Thank you. I think that pun is quite regional, because I think Northerners will have it down as like something like a barn or something like that. It's only us. It's only us that have it
Cob
down
on
as a roll.
Sunday.
Cob on Sunday.